Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm CJ Roberts, Chair of the Arts Council of Hillsborough County, and I'd like to call the January 26, 2021, even though your agenda says 2020, I just noticed, 2021 meeting to order. Martine, will you call the roll? You're muted.
I will. Paul Berg.
Here.
Santiago Carrada. Clay Hollenkamp.
Here.
Dee Hood.
Here.
Lindsay Kimball.
Here.
Julian McKenzie. Guido Maniscalco. Robin Nye. Tyler O'Dell. Megan Parsons.
Here.
Dontavius Pittman. Andrea Richardson.
Here.
CJ Roberts.
Here.
Honorable Mariella Smith.
Here.
Sandra Sroka. Sandra. Annalisa Muskoke Taylor. Bob Terry. Georgia Bayhue.
Here.
That's it. All right. Just a reminder for everyone, this is an informational only meeting. We do not have the numbers required to make for an in-person quorum at this point in time. Our team did do a survey, and we just had a number of board members that weren't comfortable meeting in person, which is certainly understandable given the circumstances. So informational only. If there is any business that we need to conduct, and there is at least one item for certain, the executive committee will come together in February and conduct that business then for the board. Martine, any members of the public wish to make a comment today?
No members of the public have responded.
All right, well, let's move into the agenda. The first item is the presentation of our audit, and representing our audit firm, Romero, Gordimer & Company, we have Julie Davis and Jonathan Stein, and I'll turn it over to the two of you to walk us through the audit, please.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me okay?
We can.
Okay, good. And I just had one quick question before I get started. I put together this 4 or 5 slides. Do I have the ability to share my screen? Or I can verbally walk through it. It's no problem on our side.
That would be a question for Chris.
So I'm sorry, I was muted for a second. You should be able to share your screen. It should be on the bottom of the screen.
Got it right.
Just opening the program, click share, and then you can click on the program itself.
Okay, I got it right here. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and just attempt to share our screen here real quick. Just bear with me for a second. I should have it here. Everybody see that okay?
Yes, we can, sir.
Okay, perfect. And thank you for the introduction there. Again, we're at the firm of Gordimer & Company. And on the call today, we have Julie Davis and Rick Kaminsky. Julie and Brooke did the majority of the work back in December. And we audited your September 30th, 2020 financial statements. And I really want to thank the Arts Council and Clifton Larson Allen and Kelly's help. The audit process went very smooth from start to finish, and we're here today to present the results of the audit. As I mentioned, we did a majority of the field work back in like the second and third week in December, and we're prepared to issue a standard unmodified opinion of the organization's finances, which is a standard clean opinion. We had no disagreements with management. I know in the agenda that I was looking at, I believe everybody has a copy of the full-blown audited financial statement that has everything laid out in detail there. But there's no findings or question costs or anything that was noted within our audited financial statement. We have responsibilities underneath that generally accepted auditing standards, which basically means the objective of the audit is reasonable, not absolute. But we basically provide assurance that the financial statements are free of material misstatement. Basically, anybody in the community, grantors, contributors can rely upon your audited financial statements to make an informed decision about the Arts Council. We have, since you're a government organization, we have additional responsibilities under the government auditing standards, the compliance with laws, regulations, contracts, grants. The full-blown audited financial statement is roughly about 32 pages. A lot of those reports and additional schedules that required supplemental information for our government. Just some of the other items we have included there is an additional report on internal control, on compliance and other matters in accordance with our governmental auditing standards, which is required compliance report for all governments. The other item we have noted there is we're going to issue a management letter based on the rule 10.554 of the Auditor General, which is an additional compliance report that's required by the state of Florida and is required to be included within your audited financial statements. And then also, too, we're going to have an additional report on the compliance with your investment in your cash, the cash equivalents report with section 218.45 Florida statutes. This is another required report by the state of Florida. It's kind of boring stuff, but these are all additional matters that are reported to the state, and there's nothing in those reports that have any negative connotation. It's all clean findings there. Just on the next slide here, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Julie, and she's going to walk through some of the audit processes and procedures that took place during the course of the audit.
Thanks, John. I'm Julie Davis. I was the audit manager overseeing the audit this year. As part of our audit, we reviewed internal controls to the extent necessary to render our opinion on the financial statements. We tested controls surrounding cash disbursements and payroll, as well as we inquired and observed controls around other significant financial areas as well. During our review, we found no material weaknesses. I'm also pleased to report that we had full cooperation from Martine and her team, as well as Kelly and her team at CLA. We received full access to the books and records and received all the information in a timely manner. I'd like to thank them for their efforts in getting the audit done quickly and efficiently. This year was a very difficult year, balancing everything that's going on at the Arts Council with the merger in the county, as well as the pandemic and working remotely. I'm pleased to report that the team handled the audit wonderfully and we had no delays this year. On the next page, John, if you can kind of scroll down for me. As part of our audit, we're required to review significant estimates. These included depreciation and the allocation of expenses. These have been reviewed by us and deemed reasonable based on the information available. And then on the next page, John, if you can scroll down.
Yep.
This page here is all of our required communications. On a good audit report, this is the page of no's. We had nothing to report, which is always a good thing. If we did have something to report, we probably would have already been talking to you. But just a quick summary, we found no illegal acts, no fraud, waste of abuse, or any other reportable instances to report to you. On the very bottom of the page, we did include an item, it's called Other Matters. We felt this, with all the activities going on, that it was in the best interest to quickly touch on the merger with the county. The transaction is discussed broadly in the financial statements in both the management discussion and analysis on page 9, as well as in note B on page 20 of subsequent events in the financial statements. Just to kind of let the board know that in government accounting world, we know it's different than a lot of for-profit world, but GASB calls for the merger to be done as if it happened on the first day of the fiscal year, regardless of when it happened during the year. So if everything was finalized next month, from an accounting standpoint, it would be as if it happened on October 1st. So I just wanted to kind of make the board aware so that if there are more delays and this doesn't happen by September 30th of this year, the Arts Council will need another audit for September 30th, 21 to remain in compliance with state statutes. And with that, I will pass it over to Brooke to kind of briefly go over the numbers.
Thank you, Julie. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brooke Kaminsky. I'm an audit senior here at Rivera-Gordomir. And I too wanted to thank Martine and Kelly for all their help with getting me information in a nice, timely manner and just being very helpful throughout the process. So with that being said, I'm going to start going over the financial summary of the statement of net position. We will see total assets increase by $162,000, largely due to cash and cash equivalents, which increased by $176,000. This is relatively consistent with the increase in net position. Amounts due from other governments remain consistent with the prior year, as did investments, which are held at the Community Foundation of Tampa Bay. Total liabilities remain consistent with the prior year, with a $12,000 decrease in accounts payable and accrued expenses, largely due to timing of grants payable, but there was a $9,000 increase in accrued compensated absences. Net position that was restricted at year-end was $28,000, and net position that was unrestricted at year-end was $588,000. On the next page, you will see a summary of the statement of activities. Total program revenue remained consistent with the prior year, with majority of the revenue coming from the city and the county. Total program expenses decreased by $15,000. This is largely due to cancellation of some programs and the print production due to COVID, as well as decrease in occupancy costs. Overall, there was a change in that position of about $165,000. So that pretty much wraps up the quick little summary on the financial information, but we are happy to answer any questions you guys might have.
Any questions for our auditors? I can't see everybody, so I assume there are none. I'm hearing
There
none.
we go.
I can see everybody. Well, John, Julie, Brooke, thank you so much for a smooth audit process and a great report. Normally, we would need to, as a board, approve this audit, but since we don't meet the quorum requirements, we can't do that today. I did confer with Charlotte, though, and the executive committee can, upon their next meeting, which I think will be in February, we can formally approve the audit report.
Okay. Well, we'll get it ready to go and we'll be ready for issuance. And thank you again for letting us be part of the Arts Council this year.
Thank you.
Thank you again, appreciate everyone's time.
Next item on the agenda, we have Alma Gonzalez from Brava Law, who's going to walk us through the 2020 executive evaluation. So welcome back, Alma.
Thank you so much, CJ. I so appreciate it. Happy New Year to everybody. How amazing is it that we made it to 2021? We're super grateful to have the opportunity to come back and talk to you about the performance appraisal for the executive director. I'm going to show myself for a second. Hello. I'm going to just jump right into it. I know that you have a short timeline and I don't want to take up your time too much. Let me say that one of the things that's super exciting about doing this project for me is that it's wonderful to see a community that is so committed to the arts and a council that is so engaged and really thoughtful and very deliberative in terms of doing this assessment. And I'm going to share my screen so that we can walk right into it. And let me see if I can do that quickly. We're going to do, is it this one? This one. How am I doing? Did I get there?
Looks like it.
there? I think I did, so let's get started there. So this is the 2020 performance appraisal for the Arts Council Executive Director. Excited to be able to talk to you a little bit about what we found. Overall, we saw an amazing response by everyone. 16 of the Arts Council folks participated in doing the assessment. And as I said, it was over the holidays, et cetera, but people were very engaged and very responsive in terms of submitting their responses. What you'll see is that we see an improvement on every dimension. I did email this to you in a PDF, but I do want to walk through it with you. What we saw was that there was an improvement on every dimension, with an extraordinary improvement in 2 dimensions. One, judgment and decision making went from 3.5 to 4.06, and responsiveness, in a time where responsiveness became really critical, went from 3.75 to 4.2. There was exceptional improvement in the area of leadership, going from 3.5 to 4.12. You'll see that on the next screen, that generally the executive director was much tougher on herself than you all were, ultimately rating herself at 3.33, while you all rated her at 4.17 overall. We had the opportunity this time to be able to show a trend line, which I think is always super helpful for folks. And let me move that out of my way. So you'll see, starting on the very far left, is what we found in 2018, and then is what you see about what your ratings were in 2020. And you'll see that in every dimension, you've seen a remarkable improvement, and you've enjoyed seeing the growth of your executive director on every dimension. 5 of the 6 dimensions were rated as exceeds expectations, which is pretty incredible. The biggest jump, however, is in leadership, where in 2018, you rated the executive director as needs improvement at 2.80, and then this year, just a mere 3 years later, you're finding her to exceed expectations and rating her a 4.12. That's pretty remarkable, and I commend the work that you all have done to help advise and guide the executive director to help her reach that, and certainly we commend the executive director for her follow through on your guidance. We see, however, that with regard to the 1 dimension out of the 6 in the area of communication, you're still looking for more growth in terms of getting her to exceed expectations, but she's very, very, very close. And I think part of it is having to do with something that we'll discuss with you a little bit later, and that is the community relations aspect of your expectations. Generally, I'm just going to go through each of the 2020 dimensions, and we see in the strategic management area that for the most part, the board was very, very pleased with the executive director's performance, rating her at exceeds expectations. Lots of great comments with regard to her performance here, and an improvement from the 4.0 that she received in 2019. With regard to leadership, again, we talked a little bit about that incredible improvement. What is really notable here is the number of board members that rated Martine as exceptional in this area. And I would commit to you to look closely at the comments that folks made with regard to her leadership, because it is in fact where we've seen the greatest growth and improvement in performance. With regard to judgment and decision making, this was one of the notably improved areas. And it is rated as one of the top 3 areas in performance. Again, a number of the board members rating her as exceptional, and all overall, an exceeds expectations rating in judgment and decision making. With regard to financial resource management, I noted in our comments that this is an area where the board has consistently found the executive director to exceed their expectations. And in this year, that is not any different. What we see, however, is a tremendous amount of majority of members believing that she's exceptional in the area of financial resource management, with only one board member indicating that she meets expectations, and all the other members saying she either exceeds or expectations or is exceptional in this area. Again, I pointed out earlier that in the area of responsiveness, this was an area where she is rated in the top 3 of mentions, and an area where we saw a more remarkable improvement, going from a 0.45 improvement in performance. A lot of it because board members were very pleased with how well she was able to keep things moving forward, despite the fact that, we had to fly the plane upside down in 2020. And you all found that she was able to pilot your plane very well, despite the fact it was flying upside down, despite the fact that we had a pandemic. People found that she was very responsive and were very pleased with her performance in this area. Here again, in terms of communications, I want to point out that while the executive director meets your expectations and is close to exceeding your expectations, this is the area where many more of the members on the board felt that, she was meeting the expectations but not exceeding the expectations. And again, I think that much of it is because of the desire to have more community outreach, and we'll talk about that more as we go into the future goals narratives. Overall, in terms of the narrative comments, I love this comment. I can't tell you who it was that wrote it, but it just so well capsulized what the other members of the board were saying with regard to our team's strengths in 2020 as they were displayed. And I just want to say, and read them because there's such excellent comments. Folks said, in a time of confusion and despair during this pandemic, our team has displayed leadership and decision-making. Her communication has been effective, and delegation of responsibility has been precise. There were areas of need in our board due to the retirement of the former chair that were greatly met. And you see that in the overall comments, time and time again, the comments that were made by board members reflected this feeling. The strength that the board members wanted to note and highlighted, we've synthesized those comments for you in the overall report, but they fall into these categories: the responsiveness and change management. And we'll talk more about the change management because you are moving into significant transition. But there was also excellent comments with regard to the recruitment of new and diverse council members. This council is very keenly aware and watching very closely to ensure that you have a diversity of voices on your council, and the board's ratings of the executive director are noted, and they're pleased with seeing the progress that you're making with regard to that. Again, always highly rated in terms of managing the finances and budget and the use of outside resources. A lot of good comments with regard to strategic planning, and the board was very pleased with the professionalism, organizational resources, and the use of human resources as well. Where you want the board wants the executive director to pay more attention in this new year is again with regard to your strategic planning because of what you're seeing with regard to your transition. This board is amazing with regard to how engaged it is and how hungry it is to learn more. And there were a number of comments about how leadership of the board through board education and orientation would be something that you would like to see more of in the next year. There is, again, a continuing attention being paid to the need to strengthen and diversify your finances. Again, communication and community outreach are areas where the board would like to see some more improvement on the part of the executive director. All of the additional comments were synthesized into the areas of strength and improvement, so you won't see anything more. Here, with regard to your future goals, and this is always really important in terms of helping your executive understand what your expectations are going forward and helping her focus her attention to help you focus your attention in terms of serving the community. Here, the change management and transition is something that is at the top of your considerations. You're thinking more and more about, and you're focusing a lot in terms of how you will transition and the importance of doing a good change management and transition plan when you're moving from this independent agency that you have been for so long into and under the wing of the county. You know that strategic planning will be a tool that you'll be able to utilize going forward. But here, let me say that this is the second and third year where we've seen comments about flexing your creative muscles. And I would point that out to you as you go forward in terms of developing your strategic plan and advising your executive about where you want her to pay attention. Again, in terms of leadership, creating opportunities for the board and having ongoing board trainings are something that's important to you, and explore fundraising opportunities to go beyond your government funding. Here, community outreach and artist relations was where we found the greatest amount of comments. Comment after comment after comment, almost every single board member commented about the importance of community outreach and artist relations with regard to the number of events and opportunities, spotlighting artists, expanding the Arts Council's reach throughout the community, getting closer to diverse communities and engaging with diverse communities, strengthening the connections between organizations and growing the number of applications, making programs accessible again for artists, and continuing to move forward with community conversations, and then of course continuing to expand the council's DEI and accessibility efforts. This is an area that is going to be something, part of my recommendation in terms of going forward. We talked a little bit about it last year, felt like perhaps we could work through it with the tool that we had this year. But I believe that to be able to advise and guide your executive about the direction that you want her to take and how she will be assessed, how you're assessing her performance, we may need to work on developing a new dimension with regard to community outreach and artist relations. Again, I found in many of the comments that with regard to communication, this issue of community outreach and artist relations was getting tied into and integrated into the communications dimension. By separating that out, I think you'll be able to do the kind of assessment that's going to make more sense for you and for the executive. I do want to say that going forward in terms of your transition, in terms of your the change management expectations that you have. I've spoken with your chair at CJ and with Martine, and offered, we're available to help you work through this change management plan, and to help and assist you in doing the kinds of board governance training that you're interested in receiving more of. I know that now that you'll be under the county, you'll also be able to utilize more of that particular resource, but should you decide that you want to expand that resource base, we're available to do that. As I indicated, the development of this dimension with regard to community relations and artist relations is something that I'm really going to strongly recommend that you do. And I offered to CJ and to Martine that if you want to give me your comments separately, I would be willing to accept those and to help facilitate the development of that dimension going forward. And in fact, having a review of your assessment tool as you move into county government and away from being a separate agency, there may be a need for us to review that tool and make sure that it is squaring with the tools that are and being utilized within the county assessment tool area, to make sure that we're jiving with that. That's what I've got for you today, and I'm happy to stand for any questions.
Any questions for Alma? Again, I can't see everybody, so hearing no questions. Alma, thank you so much for making this a smooth process. I think you collected some very good information. Martine, congratulations. You came to us as a skilled and accomplished executive director, but I think you further honed your skills in this role, and I really feel like you're in lockstep with the board, and I think we make a pretty good team as we go forward to fulfill our mission. So well done.
I agree.
So the next step then, and again, don't hesitate to share thoughts, ideas, questions with Alma, and then she'll share with me what she hears from you. Martina and I will sit down and work on some goals for the coming year, and we will report back.
Before I leave, CJ, I do want to point out that in the last couple of times you've utilized this assessment tool to discuss with the finance committee what, if any, compensation may be tied to the assessment, and so I'll leave you with that.
And historically, of course, the executive committee has met and seen this before the full board. This time around, we were not able to convene the executive committee, but we can pick that up and we'll come back with any recommendations following February's executive finance committee meeting.
Wonderful. So thank you all very much. You have my email address. If you have any questions or want to give me comments to go forward, I look forward to hearing from those. And I'm going to sign off so that you can have more bandwidth.
Thanks, Alma. Last item that I have in my report, Martine and I did meet with Ron Barton and Charlotte to get an update on the new ordinance and the process of transitioning to the county. That is still moving forward. It's been slowed a little bit due to COVID and attention focused on other areas, but Ron assured us that we're still moving swiftly through that process and anticipating that could be complete by March. There has to be, I think, 2 public hearings that are part of that, so it's going to take a little while to put all the pieces together, but we're looking at March at this point, and so hopefully we can meet that goal. Any questions about that? We did ask for any feedback that anybody had on the ordinance, and Martina, I don't think you heard from anyone, so I assume we're all comfortable with the ordinance as drafted.
I didn't hear from anyone.
Okay. All right. Well, if there are no questions about that, let's move into the executive director report. Martine?
Okay, well, first thing I want to mention is we're going to be doing a February 24th webinar for cultural organizations. Karen Ebert Davis, who did our strategic plan, did a webinar for last year, right at the beginning of COVID, that was so well received. We got outstanding evaluations from that, and she's coming back. We're in a different place in the pandemic now, and we're really looking forward, and we're going to cover collaborations and a lot of different territory. So I wanted to let you all know that was going on. Something that's not on the agenda, but I think will bring a smile to your face, is we were contacted, the Arts Council was contacted by the Super Bowl as they are doing their entertainment for that. And Eileen came up with, they were looking for dancers, especially Latino, African-American, young dancers, and we came up with some organizations and we just gave them the contacts. So they could, we didn't choose the performers so that they could, but this gave an opportunity for young talented dancers to audition. So when you watch the Super Bowl and you see people dancing, we had a little bit to do with that. But I really think it's exciting that they knew to call us. You know, we talk a lot about being the hub and the clearinghouse and where you go. So I thought it was very exciting that the Super Bowl reached out to us. Want to just talk a little bit about staffing, because what we just talked about in the evaluation, community outreach, and artist relations, we're seeing a need to get more program staff. And to that end, we have instituted a reduction in force, and we're going to do away with our totally clerical position of administrative assistant, and then move to get programming support for going under the county. And I think this will be very helpful in achieving the objectives that Alma mentioned. And on a less happy note, I received a phone call this morning from Joe Federico's wife. Joe passed last Thursday. I have to say, Joe was an exemplary employee, and he much beloved by our grantees. He always went the extra mile for them. So Eileen and I will be notifying our grantees. They've been asking about him ever since he went on medical leave. But I wanted to let the board know first. It's a great loss for the Arts Council. He was quite a guy. But we're going to stay in touch. We're supporting his wife, helping get the life insurance and doing all those business kind of things that go along with this. So we had a good chat, but I did want to let you all know.
Very sad, and he fought a long, courageous battle, didn't he? That's just.
I have to say, the time, he amazed Eileen and I constantly, but the time we're doing a grant meeting via Zoom, he turned off the camera. He attended and participated from ICU at Moffitt Cancer Center, which, who does that? That's just one indication of, he cared deeply about the Arts Council, and his wife mentioned that to me today, that he just loved the Arts Council and loved working there, and that this was his favorite job he ever had. So that's good to know. But yes, he fought valiantly.
What a treasure, and thoughts and prayers with his wife, for sure. Any other business we need to discuss today?
I have a quick question, CJ. This is Clay Hollenkamp.
Clay.
Just in relation to what we just learned about Joe, is there anything that we as a council can officially do to recognize his time with the council or anything like that?
They are going to be doing a memorial service in the spring, but if there's something else that you all would like to suggest, you know, I'm happy to entertain that idea.
I think it's a great idea. Could we come up with something to present to his wife that just would be a token of our esteem and appreciation for what he did for us?
Perhaps for retiring board members, we typically get a Susan Gott glass piece. That might be something we like to, if we're going to spend money, we like to spend it with an artist. And maybe something like that to commemorate his time. That's a lovely idea, Clay.
Very, very appropriate. Let's do it.
And could we also have his address, emailed to us? That'd be great, so we could send a personal note.
Sure, I'll send you his address and his wife's name.
Thank you.
Thank you.
CJ, this is Charlotte Diggs. At your next meeting for the executive board, I think that this would need to be placed on that for official action, since there can't be any official action taken today.
The gift?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, okay, we will do it, thank you. All right, any other business this afternoon? Well, hearing none, thank you all for your time today. We stand adjourned, and stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone. Have a good afternoon. Stay safe.
Goodbye.